In a single year, our community saw more than a 30% increase in homelessness in women. St. Matthew's House opened its first women's and children's shelter on the Gulf Coast, and a young mother named Jacoby was one of its first residents when it opened in December.
My goal is to be able to be stable for my children to be able to be in their own home, to go to their own bed, to go to their own bathroom. You know, that is my goal.
And St. Matthew's House helped her reach her goal. Gulf Coast News Today anchor Lisa Spooner caught up with Jacoby, who's celebrating two major milestones: a new job and a new home.
We first met Jacoby back in December. At the time, she was pregnant and living in the St. Matthew's House Women and Children's Shelter in Fort Myers.
I always felt like no one wants to help me. How can I be a mom if I can't keep a stable roof or I can't keep a job?
Before arriving at the shelter, she and her several young children had been surviving by living in her car.
I had to pray every night to make sure we were okay. We woke up to see the next day.
But a lot has changed since we were introduced to her.
I stayed in for 6 weeks, and within those 6 weeks, you know, I prayed, I stayed consistent, I kept my faith.
She has since given birth to a healthy baby boy, and she credits St. Matthew's House for helping her get back on her feet.
Basically, they pushed me to, be better, trying to stay on task, stay on path, just reminding me of the steps of the things that I need to do to get to where I am today.
Every resident that comes into the shelter is immediately assigned a case manager, and that case manager stays with that resident through the whole time that they're with us. So every week they're meeting with that resident. Jacoby's case manager met with her once a week, sometimes even more.
Jacoby is now working and providing for her family. St. Matthew's House even helped her secure a home for her and her kids. And the shelter provided more than just a roof over her head during her time of need.
I was surprised because I didn't know I was loved this much. They gave me a chance. They gave me a chance.
A chance to reunite with her children and a chance to raise them in a home and have a job that allows her to put food on the table. But shelter director Rachel McKinnon says it takes a village surrounding these women to help create these success stories.
I'm just really grateful. I'm just very thankful to be able to, like we said, to provide a reunification process for Jacoby and her children. I'm grateful to my staff and our case managers who work so hard to come alongside these women and see them from crisis to contributor.
Jacoby says leaning into her faith and relying on the workers at St. Matthew's House for guidance is how she was able to start a new life for her and her kids.
I just left everything in God's hand, and once I did that, everything started to fall in place. I got my daughter back, I got a job, I got a place, I got my car fixed, and we're glad to call our house a home.
In Lee County for Gulf Coast News, I'm Lisa Spooner.